10 including cerulean, midnight blue, aquamarine, periwinkle, denim, and blizzard blue. I hope that was everything you've ever dreamed of. Maybe you like my channel, maybe you hate it, but never tell anybody that I never taught you anything. Here's some information that is worth knowing. Do you want to build a website? Then you need to check out this video's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace provides you an easy way to quickly set up your own beautiful website. You start by selecting from one of their many awesome customizable templates, and then they provide you the tools to shape it to your specific needs. So if you're a musician or podcaster, audio blocks make embedding clips and tracks easy. If you run multiple social media accounts, simultaneous posting will help you get out a single message across several platforms in no time. If you run a business, their online storefront makes it easy to set up shop. You can get started today by going to squarespace.com to start a free trial. If you find that you like the experience, then when you're ready to launch your site, go to squarespace.com/Austin Connell to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
An idea, a belief, a commitment to partnership. A commitment to excellence.
Just because we're stepping back in, it doesn't mean things feel right yet. We understand the worry, stress, and the uncertainty that comes with so many changes. We're New York Project Hope, and we can help. We have a website filled with information and resources for all ages. You can even call a trained crisis counselor if you'd like to talk. Always confidential and free. Find us at nyprojecthope.org.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace. We're back, because of course we are. You know when you make a video as just sort of a one-off joke, but then that video out of nowhere becomes one of the most popular things you've ever done, and memes start happening, and your comment section fills with demands for more videos just like it? I'm not mad about it, I'm not ungrateful, I don't get it. Plenty of the videos on this channel, they take weeks and months of intense research, writing, editing, shooting, visual effects, all to put together. And then there's this series. The study of atmospheres and overall weather on planets other than Earth is called exometeorology. People with banana allergies have an increased risk for latex allergies because they both share similar proteins. The third word in the third chapter of the third Harry Potter book is several. The King of Hearts is the only king in a deck of cards without a mustache. Highway Gothic is the name of the font developed by the United States Federal Highway Administration for use in the country's road signage. The world's largest paperclip is located in Kipling, Saskatchewan. It's over 15 feet tall and weighs 3,043 pounds. The Magic 8 Ball was originally marketed as a paperweight. It didn't find mainstream commercial success until being rebranded as a kid's toy. The average movie ticket in 1958 cost 65 cents. The word laser originated as an acronym, Light Amplification by Stimulated Emissions of Radiation. There are over 1,200 varieties of watermelon. The terms uppercase and lowercase come from the early days of printing shops who kept metal letters in large cases. Smaller letters were used more often, so they were stored in the easy-to-reach lower section. Capital letters were used less, so they were stored in the top of the case. You get it? Did you know Tippecanoe County in Indiana allows write-in candidates to register with nicknames? Matthew None of the Above Roberts, a professor from Western Michigan, did. Using this ingenious strategy, he received 12 of the county's 1,290 write-in votes in the last presidential election. André Perot was a French archaeologist specializing in the ancient Near East. He led excavations in Lebanon, Iraq, and Syria, and was the director of the Louvre from 1958 to 1962. Most American car horns honk in the key of F, which is also the same key as the telephone dial tone. The recommended shelf life for sparklers is 5 to 7 years. Elvis never performed an encore. Due to the possibility of spontaneous combustion, the moisture content of hay bales should not exceed 22%. 7-Up included lithium in its recipe until 1950. Pinball games didn't have flippers until 1947. You originally had to just bump and tilt machines to get the pinball into holes to score points. Because this meant that the machines were much more luck-based than skill-based, they were initially considered a form of gambling targeted towards school children, and thus were illegal in many big cities. Don Knotts was born in July. Robert Ridgely Taylor invented the pumpable liquid hand soap dispenser. I don't know how I know that, but I do. Kites were used in the American Civil War to deliver letters and newspapers. According to a survey conducted by the Red Cross, more than half of Americans either can't swim or lack basic water safety skills. Arkansas's state flower is the apple blossom. A total of 24 tiebreaker games were played in the classic Nickelodeon game show Legends of the Hidden Temple. During the early 1900s, bowling balls were actually made of wood, and later a heavy rubber. Around 1960, bowling ball manufacturers used polyester resin for the first time, enabling the production of plastic balls with bright, swirled colors. The military armor costumes in Power Rangers Lost Galaxy are borrowed from Starship Troopers. The collarbone, or clavicle, is the most common type of bone break, mostly in children and teens, thanks to car accidents and sports injuries. Seniors usually break them during a hard fall. Modern Olympic gold medals are made of silver, 93% silver to be exact, with 6% copper and 1% left for the gold finish. The last time medals were made of actual solid gold was 1912. Hope that doesn't ruin any of the magic for you. In the state of Indiana, it is illegal to ride a horse above 10 miles per hour. Be sure to check your speedometer. The company YKK is responsible for around 90% of all zippers and fastener products in the world. If your jacket has a zipper, it probably has their logo on it. This virtual monopoly has a global value of close to $12 billion. While we're on that subject, as of this video's recording, there are 1,144 versions of the Monopoly board game. And in a truly stunning turn of events, as of the year 2020, the base fee for residential water utilities in the city of Kennewick, Washington is $25.13. Double Bubble Bubble Gum was originally dyed pink because that was the only food coloring available in the factory at the time. It's remained the typical color for bubblegum products ever since. The average human body contains enough carbon to create 900 pencils. Whistling at night is considered to be bad luck in Thailand. Spiders recycle webs by eating them. Every 14 minutes, an American loses, breaks, or sits on a pair of sunglasses. Floppy disks were invented in 1967. The 1998 direct-to-video animated movie The Lion King 2: Simba's Pride has a total runtime of 82 minutes. Cigarettes are, on average, the fourth leading cause of house fires in the United States each year. Puff's facial tissues do not contain gluten. About 1.2 billion wristwatches are sold every year. Despite being a staple at Chinese restaurants in America for years, fortune cookies do not come from China. Instead, the fortune cookie originated in a San Francisco restaurant called the Japanese Tea House around 1890. They wouldn't be introduced to China until 1989. In the United Kingdom, the average plumber's salary is £15.80. Rates of peanut allergies in children more than tripled between 1997 and 2008. Illinois Avenue is the most common square to land on in a game of Monopoly. The Canon XC10 has a built-in 24 to 240 millimeter zoom lens. I really regret buying it. According to a 2012 study, humans are 13.8% more likely to die on their birthday. Despite being deadly creatures, crocodiles cannot stick their tongues out. Rubber bands last longer when refrigerated. Ow. A standard slinky, when stretched out flat, measures 87 feet. Pennsylvania was the first state to officially legalize the practice of witchcraft. The 1934 edition of Webster's New International Dictionary contains an odd error. They defined "dord" as meaning density. They meant to write D or D, density's scientific abbreviation. The Eiffel Tower was supposed to be demolished after just 20 years. It only survived because the military started using it as a radio tower, intercepting crucial military transmissions during World War I. A person that weighs approximately 150 pounds can burn 125 calories by vacuuming for 30 minutes. There are 86 Lego bricks for every person on Earth. Jonathan Keats is a photographer attempting to capture the world's slowest photograph, a 1,000-year-long exposure of the city of Tempe, Arizona that will be finished in the spring of 3015. Mark your calendars. The television show Bonanza lasted for 14 seasons with 431 total episodes. Every year in the United States, about 1,500 people have surgical objects accidentally left inside them after surgery. Almost 41 million speeding tickets are issued in the United States each year, which comes out to about 1 each second. The first item ever listed on eBay was a broken laser pointer. In 2016, the San Jose Public Library reported $6.8 million in late fees. A group of owls is called a parliament. The treadmill was invented in 1952 at the University of Washington by Wayne Quinton and Dr. Robert Bruce. According to the official Crayola color census, the least favorite and least used Crayola color is white, for obvious reasons. Actor Nicolas Cage was on the cover of a Serbian biology textbook between the years of 1993 and 2001. I feel like there's more of a story behind this, but I don't have time to investigate. The world's first sci-fi novel is considered by some to be a 2nd century Greek work called A True Story by Lucian of Samosata. It's the earliest known work of fiction to include travel to outer space, alien life forms, and interplanetary warfare. It's okay. As of 2014, Salt Lake City, Utah is home to more plastic surgeons per capita than any other city in the United States. 6 different dogs were used to portray Buddy while filming the motion picture Air Bud 2 Golden Receiver. Only 4 are credited. The current one-day jump rope record is 151,409 skips. Benjamin Franklin only had 2 years of formal education. The world's first vending machine was invented in ancient Egypt in 215 BC. It likely was used to sell holy water in the Temple of Alexandria. The word swims is the same upside down. Sidewalks cost between $150,000 to $250,000 per mile in the state of Oregon during the year 1999. In Sweden, Saturday is often the only day of the week that young children are allowed to eat Candy. There are around 25 billion chickens in the world, more than any other bird species. 99% of American homes own at least one television set, and 66% have at least 3. More than half are still, somehow, inexplicably, paying for cable. While it has spawned several spin-offs, there are only 7 official Where's Waldo books in the primary series, or as it's known in the UK, Where's Wally? Ugh. The state of Maine is the biggest producer of toothpicks. Most people will spend 1/3 of their lives asleep. Not much you can do about that. The most popular baby names in 1986 were Michael and Jessica. On average, an ear of corn has 800 kernels in 16 rows. For you more sophisticated city types, the average person uses 100 rolls of toilet paper per year. The violin and mandolin both use the same string sets, G, D, A, and E. These are the worst pair of glasses I've ever owned. The coconut crab is the largest land-dwelling crustacean, so named because it loves to eat coconuts. The Toyota Corolla is currently the best-selling automobile in the world. Second place is currently held by the Ford F-150, but automakers believe that it will take over the #1 spot in the next few years. This should not be construed as an endorsement. Quakers in North America constitute approximately 21% of Quakers worldwide. Using quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies, there are 242 ways to make change for $1. Lumberjacks have the highest fatality rate of any profession, with about 136 fatal work injuries per 100,000 workers, thanks to the physically challenging labor, heavy-duty chainsaws, and falling trees. Final Fantasy VIII, released for the PlayStation video game console in 1999, sold 8.6 million copies. Captain Crunch's full name is Horatio Magellan Crunch. This stock footage clip by Andrei Armiagov is entitled Beautiful Nature Norway Natural Landscape Lovet Net Lake Lodal Valley and has a total runtime of 46 seconds. Squirrels lose about 1/4 of their buried food to thieves. The RMS Titanic was 882 feet 9 inches long. The maximum possible score in Pac-Man is 3,333,360 points, according to the official company website. Expo markers stored horizontally with caps installed tightly will last approximately 2 to 3 years. 1 million soda can pull tabs have a modern recycle value of about $366. Henry Heimlich was an American medical researcher and inventor of the Heimlich maneuver, a technique he created in 1974 for abdominal thrusts to prevent choking deaths. On May 23, 2016, at age 96, he reportedly used the technique for the very first time himself, saving the life of a fellow resident in his senior living community. Only 5% of the world's population have ever been on an airplane. The last movie released on Laserdisc format was Tokyo Raiders on September 21, 2001. The median income for a household in the city of Smyrna, Georgia was $49,556 in the year 2011. At the time of this video's publication, the TV game show The Price is Right has awarded just under $10.5 million to contestants. They're gonna want me to be exact. $10,365,904.67. Tim Burton's Batman was shot on Panavision Panaflex cameras. There is a strain of salmonella named after Michael Jordan. The British 2-shilling coin was issued from 1849 until 1967 with a final issue for collectors dated 1970.